Hi guys, yes, it's your chief life experimenter at Story of New You, and today is my day 15. So I'm heading back to my parents, and my sister is coming soon to pick me up. So I just wanted to share something about my real lessons, what I've gone through in the last 2 weeks. I know I've been self-isolating and doing a lot of social distancing back in Spain, but this is something different, right? Because you're kind of cooped inside of a small space like a hotel room somewhere in London, and also you just really don't not sure where to go if you're really struggling for anything, or if you really have someone to talk to, for example, just in the physical space, right? Because I didn't have anyone in the physical space. You shouldn't. That's the whole reason of being quarantined. So you've probably seen my video about where I shared my intermittent self quarantine is the new going out, right? So that's really crucial in a sense. That is really is where now we are facing in the pandemic, right? So in terms of what we need to do, what we can do, we are restricted in so many different ways. So I want to share my little take on few lessons, and also trying to see how you can integrate this, whatever techniques I learned, in the last few months and few years, for your own little life situation as well. And just to finish off my experience. So the main thing what I notice is, yeah, I'm going to touch base on some of the negative experiences, right? Some of the deflated ones I felt. I think most of them is disconnected. I really felt a bit disconnected energy coming back into UK from Spain. Ideally because I created a safe space in Spain. So really build up a real container. Really have been working on myself, the inner world. So I really felt a bit disconnected with the whole energy. I could sense the energies now around me, and more so in the collectiveness as a whole. So I really felt a bit disconnected. So I didn't want to talk to a lot of people, which I'm really creating boundaries anyway, because I really wanted to connect to people who I'm aligned with, who are my soul's higher self, right? So in that sense, I really felt myself quiet into my own space, which is completely not new because I've been trying this out for the last few years. So trying to go inside of myself and to see what I can really do in terms of what is really emerging from that experience. So I have felt restlessness. I have felt and I felt anxious towards my own future, about building a new business now, building a new within the new reality and the new space. I'm building this space, right? Building this space for men who can they come in and really be themselves, so really peel off their layers. So this business is building, is going in the right direction, but there is a anxiety and restlessness. So but compared to before, what I really realize now is, because now I can self-regulate, right? Self-regulate in a sense. I could really go inside my heart space and really regulate the energies. It's all energies, right? Whatever we feel is all originate from our energy. So what do you think, or how you act, and how you feel, right? So you can all shift that, your personality, very quickly. So I did feel that occasionally. So I have really felt, I have gone through, distracting myself through Netflix, for watch few movies. So that really happened as well. So that's really, in terms of trying to get away from everything, right? So you need a bit of distraction. So obviously I let myself to get into that space too. But what main thing, what I really realize is my inner world. I'm able to, the main one, the first lesson is I'm able to I've been able to kind of coming into my body more and more. Even if I feel anxious, if I feel restlessness, what I felt is I really can go into my heart space. You can literally put your hand on your heart and say, all is well, all is well, all is well. And there's also Hoponopono mantra. You can really say, please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? So there's a lot of things you can really, coming into your body and then say, this is what I really am. I really wanted to go into my heart space to see what is emerging, right? Where my sensations are around my body. So that's really been helpful, going into that space to really, come out of it really well, so that I don't really create stories around this anxiety, or the kind of a deflated energies I'm feeling, because that is where this whole thing can easily get snowballed into it, right? Because you need to be really sure that you don't are creating a story around it. You don't go into your backstory or what really happened, and all sorts of a different movie you will probably create out of it, like a real film. So that's the main thing you can't really do, because that is really crucial. So what I found myself is I really can easily come out of it very quickly. And what I also felt is there's a creativity. Lesson two is, like I shared in the past, that I really was working on this, my passion, for a long time now. So I really launched my YouTube, the channel just during the quarantine. It started this week. You've probably seen the videos. I really got inspired to create my own podcast, which I couldn't do in Spain. So this could be culmination of what I've been working on. So right, so it's not just the quarantine 2 weeks and you get a spark, right? So you got to really let yourself go into scratch that itch. What is really happening? So in terms of creativity, in terms of my working on my passion, that has been crucial. Number two. Uh, Lesson number three is really have the sense of me being very joyful in whatever I'm trying to do, right? So I really found myself in different occasions that I really can really be this person. I can really be happy without looking for happiness outside, right? Because all the answers lie within, right? That's what we've been shared. But if you really let yourself go, you really found that out. So what I really found out is I really didn't need a lot of outside, stimulant, right, to give me happiness or to kind of give me joy. Because what I found is, even though during the day I might not be really super productive or super creative, but I found myself in that state, really being happy for what I have, right? So the gratitude practice really took over. That's really great. And the lesson number four, I think, is capsulate everything. Is really this hype about introvert and extrovert characters of each individual, right? But I'm sincerely believing it can be malleable, it can be shape shifting. Because what I found myself is I'm really going into my old self, really my old self of being an introvert, really loving my own space. I really can go into disappear into that space to be happy what I have. I don't really need to look for busyness in my life now. So I really kind of slow down. So that's really what I noticed in the lesson four is I really can slow down to start thinking about what really matters to me, what is really matters to me and the people I love and people I really want to serve, right? So that's really helps you capsulates that you really can change for who you are. You don't need to stuck in one identity, you don't need to stuck in one person, right? Because that is what really this solitude really does to you, is really because we are social creatures, right? We are really being trained and we've been naturally alive coming into when we are around people, that connections. I'm a connector, so that's one of the big aspect I really felt that I didn't have anyone in my physical space, right? So that's been tough. When I said about the anxiety, the disconnection I felt, that's been really tough. But it is all about that. What do you really come out of it, and have the mindset, have the real, childlike mindset really shifts us up. So that's what I really learned another big thing is about being an experimenter. Be happy with what you have. So I could really share an experience about Wi-Fi, right? So I didn't have a proper strong Wi-Fi in the hotel I'm staying in. So I could have really, panicked. I could have really felt, oh, what's going on? I'm now launching. Where do I upload my videos? But instead, what I really is found a resourceful. I found a way around it. I moved around in the small little, one bedroom kind of a studio space I have, and then I found this space in the kitchen tabletop, right? So I just put my laptop on there, and then I just stood up, right? I just stood up, and then really worked away for a couple of hours, for 1 hour here and there, 45 minutes there, if I want to upload a video. And what really that allows you to do is, guess what? I was healthy. I was found a way to do something different, right? Standing up and do some work, right? Have you tried it? Maybe you should try it. Right? Don't sit down all the time. And I had a Zoom call with my author family in US, so I had that opportunity as well. So everything is possible, right? Once you let that go, once you slow down and everything else. So that's my take on for you guys, is to never fear as something new coming in, right? Of course, they're going to be harder with any transformation, with any life changes you go through. It's not an overnight success thing, right? It's a continuous work in progress. So I sincerely urge you to just relook at your priorities, do intermittent self quarantine, half an hour a day to start with, and to see what you really get out of that. Really, that's really will be helpful for you to regulate into that's finding the space, right? It's all about slowing down. It's all about getting rid of the noise which is around you. And if people are not supportive, then you got to think about your circle as well, who you're hanging around with. So you please make sure you hang around with people who have really elevate your energy during this situation, because energy is everything. So I'm offering you really a kind of a chance for me to talk to you. So reach out to me. I'm going to leave a link to subscribe into my community, and also if you wanted to just to have a chat, if you're really feeling really on your own, really can't cope, because it's not been easy unless you are intentionally trained your mind and train your thoughts, and how do you create this safe space, which I call it a story of new you, which will be very very hard for most of us, right? So if you really feel someone to talk to, please share this video with anyone who's struggling during this pandemic, so quarantine, self-isolation. I would love to talk to them. So I'm going to leave the link. It's a Calendly, automatic link. So I will send you an email so we can touch base of what's really happening to you, and really help you build this sacred space I built over the years, and especially more so in the last year. So it's been really, been eye-opening for myself to work on few of the aspects shown up in the lockdown. But overall, I was very happy because I pushed myself into these situations as an experimenter. I love these new challenges of life's experiment, how the human can push boundaries, right? That is what we are here for. I am possible, you are possible. Keep telling yourself that. So anything is possible if you put your mind to it and willing to take that small step. Let the curiosity comes into your life to get into your line of where you want to go. All right, guys, see you soon on the other side.